Do you want to know more about the lakes here in North Carolina? Come on, let's go. That was a fake. I can't take you. There are thousands of miles of shoreline in North Carolina, in the central lakes in North Carolina. I can't show you them all. Let's go back inside. Let's check them out on the computer, and you can get an aerial view of all the different lakes located right here in central North Carolina. We are going to check out the 5 lakes that are located in the north and south part of Greensboro Triad area. I'm not going east, I'm not going west. There are just too many lakes and too many things to see. And so we're going to just stick right to the north-south, and I'm going to go the farthest away to the closest. And one of them is not even in our state. So anyway, let's go do this. So the first stop so here's Greensboro right here. That's the one that's purple. That's the one that says Greensboro. That's a little hint right there. Okay, the farthest away is Lake Norman. And so Lake Norman is the biggest lake. It's the biggest body of water in North Carolina. It is 32,000 acres. I mean, it's massive. You can see where it's located to Charlotte. It's a 20-30 minute drive. I mean, if you're on the southern part of Charlotte, it's probably going to take farther just because of traffic. It can be an issue there, right? But Lake Norman, it's gorgeous. Let's check out some of these pictures. So Lake Norman is 32 acres big. It's 33 miles long and 9 miles wide. And the thing that I find most fascinating is how many miles of shoreline there is. There's 520 miles of shoreline, which just sounds huge, right? I mean, you can drive to New York from here with that. So all the fun activities, jet skiing, you can go out in the speedboat, you can go tubing, you can do all the things. And it's not far away. I mean, it can be a day trip, right? It's only an hour and a half, an hour and 3/4, depending on traffic from Greensboro and depending on where you're going on the lake, right? So, I mean, that's going to be indicative of how long it's going to take you. So that's a good one. The next one we're going to check out is no longer going to be in the state of North Carolina. It's up here in Virginia. Here's the state line. Here's Greensboro. I've said before, you could work in Danville and live in Greensboro. It's a 45-minute drive. So let's check out Smith Mountain Lake. Smith Mountain Lake is the largest lake or body of water in the state of Virginia. So it is 20,600 acres, and there's about 32 square miles. And, but look how many estuaries and little fingers, I guess as they call it, all around the outside. There are several marinas on this lake. There's lots of like restaurants and food where you can eat there. And so some of these smaller ones are not going to be like that. So this one is a much bigger lake. The smaller ones are going to be the ones we're going to see next. So it's 32 square miles and 500 miles of shoreline. So it is similar to Lake Norman, even though Lake Norman is bigger than Smith Mountain Lake. Let's check out our next one. The next one is going to be Badin Lake. So it's a little bit further away, even though it's going to be the same distance between here and the next one that we're checking out too, High Rock Lake. So Badin Lake is 5,300 acres, and it's got 115 miles of shoreline. So it is considerably smaller. But you can see if you zoom in, there's some bars there that you can go to. They've got campgrounds. You can go and play golf. So there's a lot more campgrounds if that's your jam. I know you're going to find this shocking. Camping is not my jam. I don't think you could pay me to go camping. For the right price, yes, I would. But so this one is fun because they've got the Uwharrie or the Murrow Mountain State Parks. You've got hiking trails, and you've got horse equine trails and ATV trails. So this lake is different because it offers these different activities to do. Let's go check out High Rock Lake, which is not far. You can see it on a map. High Rock Lake is the second largest lake in North Carolina behind Lake Norman. 15,000 acres, 360 miles of shoreline. And it's also the same distance in being about 45 minutes from Greensboro. But you can see there's restaurants close by. You've got more campgrounds. Here, you've got an eagle or a nature preserve. You've got the dam here. And so this is a good option if you want to drive a little bit further from Greensboro and come down here, especially if you live in Lexington, High Point, in the southern area of the Triad. It's super close. And our fifth and final destination is Belews Creek Lake. Now you can see where it is in proximity to Greensboro. It's the smallest lake that we're seeing today. And so, but it is the closest. So it's a fun day trip. You can go, you can rent a boat, you can do all the same things that you could do at the other lakes. But it's the smallest, right? And so there's probably going to be less people there. There's only just the one marina, but there are drop-ins down farther south. But if you saw my video on Oak Ridge, you can see how close it is in proximity for things to do in Oak Ridge because it's just right here. And it's in 4 different counties. So it's in Stokes County, it's in Rockingham County, it's in Guilford County, which is Greensboro, and then Forsyth County, which is Winston. So it covers four different spots. I actually have a video I can share with you of me tubing, if you want to see that. I just was out there last week with a friend, and she's got a place, and so much fun. So Belews Lake is 3,800 acres and has 5 miles wide and 1 mile long. So it is smaller, but it is such a fun day trip to go and do this, being so close, especially if you're, Winston, Kernersville, especially Stokesdale, Summerfield, and Oak Ridge. You're just right there. I appreciate you sticking to the end and checking out the 5 different lakes here in the Greensboro Triad area, even one being in Virginia. But there's so many more lakes. I can't show you them all. And I wish we could go on a road trip and see them all in driving, but I just can't. I'm sorry. I have kids and work. So I appreciate you sticking to the end, and I will see you next time.
They keep robots.